We spend so much of our lives building skills, right? But what if we've been focusing on the wrong ones all along? What if the real key to success isn't just about what you know, but how you show up, how you connect, lead, and adapt? Today, we're diving into the power skills revolution, and we're going to do it by looking at the mission of Best Training Academy and its founder.
So let's start with a term we've all heard a million times: soft skills. It's funny, isn't it? The name itself just makes them sound, well, soft, kind of fluffy, optional even, a nice little bonus to have. But what if that's completely wrong? What if these are actually the hardest, most critical skills that drive everything else?
And this is exactly where Best Training Academy's founder, Karima Guerfali Lazzem, just flips the whole conversation on its head. She doesn't call them soft skills. She calls them power skills. And that name changes everything, doesn't it? Because they're not soft. They're the core, essential human competencies. We're talking communication, emotional intelligence, leadership, that are the absolute foundation of success today.
Look, this isn't just some clever marketing or rebranding. This is a real shift that's being recognized everywhere. The Harvard Business Review says flat out that for a lot of jobs, these human skills are now more crucial than the technical ones. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. More important than the hard skills we spend years learning. And if you think this is just a passing trend, think again. The World Economic Forum has put these skills right at the top of the list of what's needed to thrive, not just now, but all the way through 2030. So the message couldn't be clearer. If you want a successful career, this is the new bedrock.
So, okay, that's the big idea. But how does Best Training Academy actually make this happen? Well, true to its mission, it all starts with you, the individual. Their first pillar is all about coaching and therapy, about unlocking that incredible potential inside every single person. And when we talk about support, we're talking about something really deep and complete here. This is so much more than just a little professional development. It's about helping you find your purpose, hit your goals, and crucially, build the resilience you need to handle life's biggest curveballs, from everyday stress and conflict to serious trauma.
Now, to deliver on that mission, BTA uses tools that are proven to work. We're talking about things like neuro-linguistic programming, that's NLP, and cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. These aren't just trendy buzzwords. They are established, science-backed techniques that create real, tangible change in people's lives.
And having that scientific backing is it's everything. Take CBT, for instance. This isn't some fringe therapy. It's officially recognized by the World Health Organization and the American Psychological Association as a genuinely effective treatment for things like anxiety and trauma. This is about using methods that you can actually trust.
This quote from the founder, it just says it all, doesn't it? The mission isn't to just help you manage your problems. No way. It's about a huge shift in mindset to empower you to become a conscious creator of your own life. It's about being proactive, not just constantly reacting to whatever comes your way.
Okay, so that's the individual. But how do you take that human-first focus and scale it up? Well, that brings us to the next pillar, the organization. This is where BTA brings its mission into the workplace through consulting and training, all with the goal of building performance that actually lasts.
And they're tackling a massive problem here. Just look at this research from McKinsey. It's pretty shocking. Most big corporate changes fail. And why? It's almost always because the human element gets forgotten. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if you ignore the people, it's just not going to work.
And right there is BTA's solution. And it's a direct reflection of that founder's philosophy. You simply cannot have lasting success if you don't put your people first. Real performance, the kind that sticks around, isn't built on spreadsheets or software. It's built on human beings.
So how do they teach this stuff? Well, their whole method is based on how our brains actually learn. And it's all about doing. You can see it right here. It's 70% practical application. This is not about being stuck in a lecture hall. It's about hands-on, active learning that builds skills you can actually use the next day.
And when you look at what they focus on, you're basically seeing the toolkit for a modern, resilient company. They're training teams in all those critical power skills: real leadership, clear communication, emotional intelligence, and super important stuff like adaptability and managing stress. All right, the final piece of BTA's mission ties everything together in a physical space, an entire ecosystem. It's a place designed from the ground up to encourage all the human-centric growth and connection that they teach. So this isn't just an office with desks. It's an environment that's literally engineered for you to do your best work. The BTA co-working space is set up to boost your creativity and productivity, sure, but also, and this is key, to create real collaboration, a genuine sense of belonging, and to support your psychological well-being. And yeah, you guessed it, this idea is also backed by solid research. Harvard Business Review found that people in these kinds of spaces don't just get by, they actually thrive. They feel more motivated and more fulfilled in their work. It's just more proof that your environment really, truly matters. So let's pull it all together. You've got the individual, the organization, and this amazing ecosystem. And when you look at it all, you see that it's all powered by one single unifying mission. It all comes back to the powerful vision of its founder, Karima Guerfali Lazzem.
I mean, this quote just hits you, right? She doesn't call herself a trainer or a CEO. She's a facilitator of human transformation. Her entire mission is to put the human element back where it belongs, right at the very heart of what it means to perform and succeed.
So after looking at this whole vision, this is the big takeaway. Power skills aren't just some nice to have, they're not a luxury, they are the invisible foundations that hold up every single bit of lasting success. And that really leaves us with just one question to think about. Are you building on that foundation?